Hello and welcome to another dramatic reading by me, Andan84. Today we're up to chapter 20 of Super Sentai vs Power Rangers, entitled The Changed Predator, which makes you wonder why the author went with Alien for this, a xenomorph this chapter rather than a predator. Anyway, author's note, the reason why Andros was selected for this chapter is because I felt like Power Rangers in space were inspired by Changed Man. I'm not sure how you could feel that, considering the two are very drastically different. Not just, I mean, if you look at the synopsis for the two of them, which I suggest you do, because I'm not going to bring it up, you'll see that they have very little in common, but it was nowhere near as dark. I don't know, In Space ended with the mentor dying. That's pretty dark to me. Hey, it's pretty much a shout out to Power Rangers here. Let's see how much of a shout out it is. The new Skybase, Andros can be seen getting his merits to becoming another Red Ranger for field missions. So now it's a point system that determines who goes on the missions. What, but me for the next mission? I've just arrived misplaced, asked Andros. That's right, you did after all lead your group in the original incarnation of the United Alliance of Evil. You'll get to lead to the next mission. So, the way that's worded makes it sound like Andros was working for the United Alliance rather than fighting against them. You'll soon be introduced to the others and we'll be having lots of seminars and workshops so we can all get along with each other. Tommy and Kimberly are getting to get to the workshops, said Supreme Commander Ryu. No wonder their relationship's floundering. He's now introduced to the platoon he'll lead once they've confirmed the United Alliance of Evil has been found in the Sentai year 1985. So if they never confirm it, then this group's just sitting around here doing nothing. They are Masumi, Rocky, Sai Tiger. Why does she have a full name? Aren't any other notable Sais in Power Rangers? And Sakura, who did their salute. It'd be nice to work with you guys to defeat this latest incarnation of the United Alliance of Evil, said Andros. Nice to work with you, Andros, said Masumi. We can't afford to be lax, though. The United Alliance of Evil is getting smarter with its new leader. I'm not saying you can say they're getting smarter at all. In fact, everybody's training really hard, said Rocky, which is why we're just sitting out here and talking. I have to admit that it's more than a tiger's job, said Sai Tiger. Tiger, what do you mean by that? Well, I think it's a job for a bad boy like me, said Masumi. Masumi would never identify as a bad boy. Sakura's seen training her skills to be sharper fighter. So not a sharp fighter. So she was also at fault of her incident with Cole just this morning. That should be she was also thinking. She remembered turning him down. She was still in love with Satoru, who was seemingly oblivious to her. So wait, this continues immediately after the previous chapter? Wow, that was a rather quick, busy morning with the whole triple kill thing. Flashback. Cole can be seen quite weary and tired. He enters into the girl's shower room, unaware of his actions. Pretty sure even if you're tired, you can make out with the icon on the front as a skirt. Or by just counting how many letters are in it. He opens the door and sees Sakura in their barest moments. So I think you mean her birthday suit, if you're trying to avoid saying naked for whatever reason. Cole, what are you doing? Hey, get out of here, said Sakura. Sorry, Sakura, said Cole. Get out, said Sakura. Cole turned his back red with shame. He then grabbed a towel and tossed it to Sakura. Thanks, Cole, for not taking advantage of me. Promise I won't tell anyone, just between the two of us. Oh, do get dressed up, do you? That should be will you, said Sakura, now covered by the towel. You're welcome, Sakura, said Cole. End of flashback. Okay, so Cole just walked into a lady's bathroom. Are we sure we're supposed to like him? Sakura began to give thoughts. To who? He don't knew about if they're talking to someone. Well, Cole didn't do the incident on purpose. I tried to talk to him, but he was just too embarrassed. Oh boy, I have to admit, it's just crazy. Even I dream I'm marrying him every now and then. The way it looks like he's husband material, but I don't think he's the right guy for me, even if he's kind and gentle despite his tough exterior, said Sakura. He has not done anything kind and gentle beyond throwing you a towel when he saw you were naked. I mean, Matt, because you reacted with horror, I think if you'd been okay with it, he probably would have just stood there ogling you. Meanwhile, the Sentai year 1985, the Change Man era, we see Trakina and Umbrella are sent for a mission and communicating with the Emperor. I do hope you can start releasing this new alien animal you found. Tarzanto tested its ability in combat. How exactly did he do that? It was fun testing it on some prisoners. Now it'd be fun to test it against the changed man, said Radicate via the communicator. So is it just a test against the changed man before you put it against a greater foe, or are you actually sending it against them? Just the employees can be seen full of scratches all over the monitor. We've seen pleading for mercy before Radicate. I can't believe how heartless you people can be. You just can't recognize real skill and talent in battle, said Flores. What do you expect, Charity? Get back to work. I just another pushover who's only perfect to serve my court jester. Don't expect anything from me, Florius, said Valagay, who then fired his blast at Florius in extremely cold blood. Is that meant to be a pun because Florius is made of ice? Because if so, it wasn't a good one. But Gosman will pay a good price for Hunter. It will make a swell profit to support our United Alliance of Evil. Abella would not say swell. As said, I was able to use Santa speech to screw up several plans, but it was a hard catch though, said Umbrella. Umbrella, enough, just focus on Miss Missnow and I'll clip off your wings. Takina, well, carry on with the job of doing so, said Radagay. So he's telling Takina to clip Umbella's wings. I didn't have you carry on with Miss Missnow if you're no evil queen. If I guess one evil queen you'd like to meet there too. I will be aware ever. I do not tolerate failure. I'm pretty sure they already know that. Signing out. Yes, sir, said Takina and Umbrella. Hiding with some Igoroids and Stingers. I'm not even going to keep pointing out he got the name of the Sting Wingers wrong. All ready and deployed to battle. The changed men are in their secret EDS base. It's called the Shuttle Base. Noticing that portals have opened in 2 different places. The changed men are Hiryu Sarugi, Isho Hayate, Yuma Ozora, Sayaka, and Mai Tsubasa. Okay, why is Sayaka not get her surname? It's Sayaka Nagisa. That's not hard to remember. It's 1 extra word. And also, as you can see, I decided to portray everyone through funny alternate images depicting characters with the same name. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that. We have to investigate further. It may be a threat much worse than Gosma. It's at this point, said Commander Ibuki. We need to deal with the situation with the use of subtle tactics. First, this new force could be more powerful than Gosma, but 2, maybe opposing forces are coming to destroy the Earth, said Sayaka. Okay, I'm not sure the Alliance are more powerful than Gosma, considering that Gosma conquered most of the universe, while these guys are only holding on to Europe because the Sentai are too busy doing I don't know what to liberate it. But I agree we check it out, but cautiously. The enemy could be having all its subtle attacks right now, said Hiryu. The author wouldn't know the definition of subtlety if he looked it up in the dictionary. Perhaps a piece-by-piece investigation will work. I suspect our Hamas could be getting new allies. He knows he's the biggest threat Bazoo has sent so far. Even worse, Vat Galuk. That's be Van Galuk, said Mai. We can't ignore that possibility. Ever since she arrived, our lives are becoming horribly awful. If she has new allies to help her, we're done for, said Hiryu. Then you go forward and investigate further, said Commander Ibuki. Yes, sir, said the changed man. At the Gosma Space Pod, I'm sure it has a name. Let me look it up just quickly. Mothership Gosmard. Anyway, back to the fic. Bazoo began communicating with troops. Fools, we cannot just easily let this new threat of invaders from another dimension stop us from conquering the Earth, said Bazoo in anger. I'm trying to portray him as Unicron, but I'm ignoring the whole anger thing. But we must stop them at all costs, said Galuk. Sire, leave the task to me, said Ahames. Just by speaking, Shakina Umbrella had teleported into a ship carrying the Xenomorph Queen. What the? Is that a Xenomorph Queen? It's a very vicious and poisonous creature, said Hammers. And as I mentioned last time, yes, this is a crossover alien, and I couldn't find anyone who knew enough about the series to comment on what we author got wrong here, so I'm just going to assume that everything is wrong, but there's no such thing as a Xenomorph Queen. Yes, it is. It's a vicious predator that should help you get rid of the changed man, said Shakina. Okay, but again, it's changed man, not the changed men. And also, why didn't we all of you just use the Predator if you wanted a vicious Predator? How much do you want? Said Luke in a gruff voice. Well, 3 crates of diamonds and a crate of emeralds to prize that monster we sent, said Bella. Isn't that too much? Said Shima. And in case you're wondering, Shima is a female. I'm just doing a male voice because that's what the show did for her. That would be no problem, said Booba. Spelled with 2 U's instead of 2 O's. It sounds who got what he plundered. I'm pretty sure he's not a pirate anymore. This is scaring me, said Gator, who suddenly fainted from the stench. That'd be no problem. So, you're okay with a monster scaring your subordinates? Boss of the year, everyone. Such a magnificent creature is worth the price. If it causes much pain to humans, I'd love to see it, said our hammers. So I'd like to point out that while our hammers and Giluk are both ambitious, they're not sadists. They're destroying a planet because Bazoo who told them that their planets were still alive and their planet was still alive and he'd restore it if they succeeded in him. But he was lying. Meanwhile, we can see 2 new individuals from the Power Rangers universe. A good-looking white guy and an average-looking Chinese guy. You racist motherfucker. They are Leo Corbett and Kai Chen. They have fallen after their space voyages. What? What does that mean? They were colleagues of Jason in the space station. They're on Miranoi. How could they be part of the space program with Jason? Anyway, it's another in Japanese thing. Time for the translate. Hey, just give me a sec. Kai, this is all too weird to me. Especially everything we speak now is Japanese, a language we never learned, said Leo. Leo, okay. And okay. Alright, and now for the thing in Japanese, I'm going to be impersonating Sasuke from Kakuranger, since that's the guy they got to voice Leo in Lost Galaxy Japanese version. Kai, koe wa watashi ni tote wa kimi o sugu. Toku ni ima watashi tachi ga harashite no wa subete nihongo de. Watashi tachi ga mananda koto na nai gengo da. Ah, I agree, said Kai Chen. We crossed across, that to be crossed over, not only in time but also in dimension. And how do you know you crossed over dimension? And that's why Jason Lee Scott went missing for weeks. In fact, no, I can find him after he disappeared into thin air. But I believe we'll run into him somehow. How do you know that? Anyway, that in the first part of that in Japanese is doishimasu, and I'll get to the rest after I've read the next sentence. But either way. Hey, I did not get what the famous pop singer Kimberly Hart and the photojournalist Queenie Kwan had gone missing too. It's ultimate to me to handle, but now we're missing, said Kai Chen. Okay, how do you know that those 2 went missing? You've been in space on another planet. And also, would the disappearance of a photojournalist really make the news? Seriously? And that first bit in Japanese, I'm not translating the second bit, is Dokan desu. Watashi tachi ha jikan dake de enaku jigen mo komashita. Jason Lee Scott ga nanshukan mo yuko e fume no inata no wa sono tame koto omeshirimasen. Jisai, kare ga ato kata monaku kieta nochi. Dare mo kare o mitsukeru koto ga dekimasen. Demo, watashi tachi wa nano akano katachi de kare ni dekowazu to shinjite mimasu. Oh. Just then some Gosma forces, namely Hydras, began to surround them. Okay, I'm not quite sure why this is a separate scene, but it's literally a continuation of the previous one. They were also accompanied by Egoids and Stingers. I wonder what kind of enemies are these? Well, it's no surprise that this is happening, said Leo, referring to the Hydra and Egoids. Why isn't he surprised by this? But I think it mostly figure about the Stingwingers meant that Shakina was back somehow, and that she teamed up with a new enemy, but regardless, we must dispose of them. I just hope this world has its own set of Power Rangers to defend it, said Kai Chen. Andros' team has scouted the area and found them. Leo, Kai, they're here too? Oh, said Andros, looks like they're additional reinforcements after all. Oh, they're your friends, and then we must help them, said Masami. Pretty sure that first part was supposed to be a separate thing. Ando's led his team to morph. Now we have Red Space Ranger, Boken Black, Z Ranger 3, Gao White, and Boken Pink to battle. Red Space Ranger, a fast adventurer, Boken Black, Z Ranger 3, Noble Tiger, Gao White. Her title is Rebel Tiger. The Noble Tiger is Alyssa. The Deep Adventurer, Boken Pink. Andros has new friends, said Leo. As Space Ranger led his team to knock down the Hedras, we began cutting the tubes off the Hedras, deflating them one by one. The Hedras don't have tubes, and even if they did, I doubt cutting them would kill them. Both Leo and Kai-Chen also morphed to help in battle as Red Galaxy Ranger and Blue Galaxy Ranger. Andros, said Leo. Yes, it's me. We're now in a strange new world, said Andros. I've got new friends too. They're not Power Rangers here, they're Super Sentai. Super Sentai? Said Kai-Chen. And confused. It's a long story. I believe the holes were caused by the new version of the United Lines of Evil. Bad news is Chikina's alive. Once a villain does, there's no any redemption even if they're back alive, said Andros. Try telling that to Carmira from Ultraman Trigger. Or indeed quite a few villains who came back to life purely to get redemption. But the only one I can think of is Disaster from Kamen Rider Saber. What a long story, said Leo. That was not a long story by any standard, except maybe this author and his short attention span. He now a changeman suddenly finds them, the coordinates of a portal. Looks like they're just average humans, said Hiryu. We can't be too sure about that, said Mai. But one thing is sure, that girl in ink is hot, said Sho, referring to Sakura. Hayate was not this much of a flirt. He tried to get to her, but to no success. Well, you're not my type, said Sakura, remembering the time she had turned down Masumi's courtship of her way back. The two are not the same at all. Oh, what a waste, said Sho. We're from the future and here to assist you in your fight against enemies from the future who came here to help Gosma, said Andros. That sounds preposterous, said Yuma in a skeptical manner. Oh, you don't believe me then, said Rocky. It was Andros who was giving the explanation, not Rocky. You suddenly teleported them to the Search Guard time train. As they're trying to get to know each other, the United Lines of Eve was prepared for the Xenomorph Queen to lay her eggs by the water station. There'll soon be plenty. I think it would do marvelous stuff once they hatch, said Ahamas. Later they're seen spreading deadly mists on people. What? Luke and Ahamas were impressed by it. Just Ben, Andros and his team, together with Leo, Corbett and Kai-Chen, entered into the scene. Chikina, how do you survive? Said Leo in shock. I am back for the third time. You mean the second time? Brought back by Emperor Radicate, Lord of Time and Space, said Chikina. When is he Lord of Time and Space? And the villains here, I've teamed up with them, are more vicious. That sentence makes no sense. Chikina-sama, now's the time to test the power of the Xenomorph Queen, said Umbrella. I couldn't agree anymore, said Chikina. Time to test the creature's might against my hated enemies. Changeman did their morph together with Andros' team and Leo Corbett and Kai-Chen. Now, show us what you can do, Ariana. But name the Xenomorph Queen. Nice to see the author remembered to establish that after he'd already used it. Destroy these two meddlers once and for all, said Umbrella. Only two? Arya jumped into the air with vicious accuracy. Her claws are vicious. She also displayed her massive scorpion-like tail that contained deadly venom. Talk about deadly. We haven't seen such a monster or seen such evil so far, said Red Galaxy Ranger. You literally went through a knockoff of Alien in your own show. Don't give me that, never seen anything like this. And evil? Really? This thing's barely done anything but attack. If that's your standard for irredeemably evil, then you clearly need to get out more. Oh, this monster has incredible accuracy, said Blue Galaxy Ranger. Wait for it. As is also hurt, but he was able to dodge the attack. So it does not have incredible accuracy if you could dodge the attack. Changeman tried to attack but was too fast. They were beaten severely. We don't stand a chance. We don't stand a chance against that creature, said Change Dragon. We had a different strategy to defeat it, said Change Dragon. Just think, right now every human in the city is carrying some. Just think, right now every human in the city is carrying some of its eggs. PX will soon hatch into deadly maggots, and not only that, his whole city will be dead, said Giluk. That is the definition of deadly, thank you. I would love to record their suffering from my personal collection. I just so love the sight of blood, said the Hammers. Again, the Hammer is not characterized as a sadist. In fact, most of the villains the author is characterizing as sadists aren't really such in canon. Okay. Hey, I'm trying to okay, place. Okay. Ooh, Galaxy Ranger grew extremely mad with fury, but he ended up releasing some water. You could have phrased that a lot better, as a result of his elemental powers. Enough, said Blue Galaxy Ranger. Okay. Suddenly the monster Aria, once it Ariana, future paragraphs ago, was weakened, forcing the enemy to retreat. Okay, curses, looks like we have to retreat. I hate when something gets in the way of my sadistic pleasure. I agree with you, said Giluk. Giluk would not agree with the Hammers on anything. Okay. Alright. Okay. Hey, what's this? The monster suddenly hurt at a Galaxy Ranger? Good job, Kai. We're just out of rage, said Blue Galaxy Ranger. Okay, so the thing is weak to water. I'm guessing that's not a actual canon weakness of the Xenomorph. The changeman powered down. Besides, take the heroes to their base with the approval of Commander Ibuki. I see that people in the future are trying to alter the timeline, said Commander Ibuki. That's right, we are here to stop them from destroying every Super Sentai force in history before they destroy the future, said Sakura. Well, you've stopped them so far, so their plan has already failed, yeah? Everyone's insisting they can salvage it. It's apparently no one in the United Lines of Evil realizes how pointless these endeavors are. It sounds stupid, but it's true. Ooh, we're not to miss time, said Sai Tiger. Oh, that's just funny, said Yumoza. Don't make me laugh. They demonstrated the ability for Search Guard Time Train to be anywhere, anytime, without destroying anything, as long as it didn't materialize to solid phase, and that anybody who entered into it that phase were there as if it was solid. That is a lot of words to say something that makes no sense. This is amazing, said Commander Ibuki. It's just not very easy to believe, said Hiryu. At the new Skybase in Sentai year 2011, Supreme Commander Ryu got a call. What, you found 2 more Power Rangers? Very well then, I believe it's best to send them back here for now. They've nowhere to go, plus we do need all the help we can get, because sooner or later the United Lines of Evil will increase its efforts, said Supreme Commander Ryu. Spoiler alert, they will not. Maybe we do have a situation here. A dangerous alien has hatched and many people are being hit with high fever. The eggs are being incubated inside their bodies, said Andros. When did that happen? That's terrible, but sent some of the eggs to the laboratory for examination. There's no way they can get any eggs unless they kill and dissect someone. Or vivisect them. I don't know what the best course of option is. Let Leo Corbett and Kai Chen send them in, said Supreme Commander Ryu. How does he know their names already? Leo Corbett and Kai Chen were sent into the Sentai year 2011 without so much as a scene change, I might add. To bring some of the eggs they were able to capture to find any weaknesses they could. They were now in the new Skybase. What the? This is like Terra Venture, said Leo. Let's waste no time, said Kai Chen. Billy and Ran were told to receive the eggs for examination. Back in the Sentai year 1985, the evil force is still laying their plans. At the Gosma pod, even if you don't know its name, it's clearly not a pod, it's a whole mothership. The Gosma think of a new plan. We forget our Xenomorphs don't like extremely cold temperatures. I'm pretty sure that's not true. They seem to survive pretty well on the underground in the second one. The thing died when the first one died in space because it's space. That would ruin all the fun, said Iris. Speaking of cold temperatures, his relegated test him on Fleurs and he was able to counter them. But how did Fleurs end up horribly scarred? Crud, why did we forget about it, said Umbrella. But I did prepare a tub full of hot liquid. That way she can recuperate from the cold trauma, said Giluk. Very well then, let her recover, then the fun starts again, said Harris. I was inside a tub full of warm liquid trying to rejuvenate. That can be fixed. You mean you don't want her to rejuvenate? What kind of employer are you? The bodies of the human beings are now sick with a high fever. Incubation period is still now. One thing I do know is that there's no fever from the people who've been infected with xenomorph eggs. They just carry on their day until the thing bursts out of them. You must be patient about it. The larva will soon burst out. It's called a chest burster. Several of them, and with that army, you can conquer this era. Well, no, you'll need to wait for them to mature for a while. I'm pretty sure all the Rangers can use that time to hunt down and destroy the chest bursters. As fella, let's make sure the plan works, said Takina. Bazooran said, very well done, Karuk. Now proceed with the plans to multiply them and take over the earth. Meanwhile, everywhere, some people were getting sick, nauseated with the eggs inside their bodies. The changemen were on standby mode. They had no idea what the enemy's weakness was. How could they have not figured out? We can't just stand here and see everybody die like that. I really want to kick their butts, said Sho angrily. I'm already getting bored, said Yuma. You could go out and try to do something instead of just whining. Patience, Ando. So we know how you can deal with the enemy. We're never going to go anywhere. Again, you could go out and try to find a way instead of waiting for one to be handed to you. God, these are the most passive heroes ever. He's right, the Tiger. We need a good strategy to work on. Besides, the enemy right now could kill us, leaving the Earth defenseless. If Gosma succeeds, it may guard us along with the rest of humanity. Not to mention the United Alliance of Evil is going to win its war, said Andros. His bad communicator in the Setgard time train open. It was Mikoto's message. Guys, we found what can really cause the enemy to be defeated. They don't like cold temperatures, so cryogenic treatment is the only thing that can kill the eggs of the victims, and only cold temperature can weaken it, said Mikoto. Oh, okay, I like to dispute that, since in the third one, on an alien and queen egg had survived within Ripley for the length of her cryogenic stasis. Yes, okay. It's okay. Go for... Hey, at the Setgard time train, Mikoto appeared with Ranu, Billy, Leo, and Kai Chen. You know how help you can get, Billy said, but 2 new probationary members. Why are they on probation? Asen, okay. Hey, okay. Guys, alright, you two can start to prove their worth by delivering this vial of cryogenic treatment. Where we need to face through the enemy. What the hell does that even mean? We've got to go forward. We've already provided all the stuff we need, said Ranu. Good, said Billy. Now let's go. At the city of Tokyo, we can see Takina and Bella prepare the next stage of their plan. Booba and Shima were sent to patrol. Well then, it looks like those critters will eat through everybody, said Bella. It would be a beautiful sight. I should have thought of his plan to destroy the Terror Venture years ago, said Takina. Very well then, we'll patrol the area, said Shima. Good suggestion, said Takina. Well, we must keep the temperatures high. If they die at extremely cold temperatures, then let's go, Shima, said Booba. Corbett and Kaicha. And we're seen driving a USSPI truck that was filled with cold liquor for the treatment of civilians at the hospital, as some had already died in the hatching. However, Booba and Shima blocked their way. You ain't going anywhere, said Booba. We don't think so, said Leo. Leo and Kaiten became Red Galaxy Ranger and Blue Galaxy Ranger respectively. Entered into a rather short but awesome battle, which is not described in any way, so as far as we know it was actually a rather lame battle. Oh, okay, so I need to keep eating as they are now filled with desire to save the civilians. I mean, they didn't have it before. What kind of heroes are these? He's okay. He's alright. They fight in with both Booba and Shima singed by Red Galaxy Ranger. They finally entered the hospital where many civilians were starting to suffer from the effects of the eggs inside the body. What this? An angel of mercy, said a doctor. The patients are extremely hot, but I think they need cryogenic treatment. No time to explain, doctor. Administer the treatment immediately, said Leo. Okay, did they really need to send it back to the future to find a cure? Oh, I'm pretty sure that this doctor worked it out on his own. They could have just asked him. The doctor began to administer the cold treatment. Did cryogenics of this kind even exist in the 80s? I'm assuming they didn't, so I'm just going to ring the bell. The patients were getting better. The eggs were vomited and the patients were relieved. It's finally working, said Kaiten. I see, now I must administer it to the other patients, said the doctor. Okay, but they're cryogenically frozen. How are they able to vomit out the eggs? Eggs. Cryogenic means completely frozen and unable to move. The amount of xenomorph Io is now going to lay more eggs at the dam. Bella placed a water heat to ensure the eggs will hatch soon. These larvae will soon mature and give birth a new, more powerful army, said Trakina. In time, a special gene may be able to adapt to colder environments. Oh yes, indeed, Trakina-sama, said Bella. Why is Bella sucking up to Trakina like that? When they hatch, I can't imagine the fear of the population. It would also make a good profit too of other alienizers. On the other hand, this is and Arya has just recovered. He now has a strength double, said Trakina, patting Arya. Changeman then arrived with Andros' team carrying some cold gas. Change Dragon executes a kick attack to canister filled with cold gas straight at Arya, weakening her who tried to attack them. Change Dragon, Change Griffin, Change Pegasus, Change Mermaid, Change Phoenix, Dengeki Sentai, Change Man. Oh, he actually got the thing right for once on Fox. This is crazy. How could they get that many supplies? Said Giluk. We forgot to tell you, but from a high-tech era, said Trakina. That didn't come up earlier? Curses, said Harris. The guys, you can't stop all the eggs from being delivered. You are too late. We'll take care of the monster, said Change Dragon. And we'll help these other civilians and kill the already hatched larvae, said Red Space Ranger. The enemy teleported away, leaving the Changemen to fight the Xenomorph. The Changemen decided to end the battle. Let's use the Ainge Bazooka, said Change Dragon. It's called the Power Bazooka. Someone's gonna come out and say there's a Power Bazooka in Power Rangers that he felt we need to change the name. No, there isn't. Power Rangers never called their weapons anything that real world weapons are called anymore. Or sure, there's the odd cannon, but that's it. Changemen prepared all the components of the Change Bazooka. If the author's too lazy to name them, I'm going to say the Dragon Zooka, the Griffin Zooka, the Pegasus Zooka, the Mermaid Zooka, and the Phoenix Zooka. It's not hard. If I only formed the Ainge Bazooka Destroyer whilst he was weakened. Gyodai was quickly triggered, and the Changeman quickly called the shuttle base, launching the Jet Changer, Heli Changer, and the Land Changer, forming into the Change Robo. The others are dealing with the problem now, said Change Dragon. Let's put an end to this wicked Queen Ant for good. Okay, oh yeah, I think I remember they had an ant hunting aliens, and so I'm gonna let that slide. Roger, said the other Change Man. And also he got the name slightly wrong. It's Jet Changer 1, Heli Changer 2, and Land Changer 3. Changing the fighting a monster, it's moving with fast speed and extreme accuracy. Okay. We can't fight much longer, said Change Mermaid. We can't just give up yet, said Change Dragon. Fortunately for them, Top Gale appeared with Abre Killer, Abre Yellow, and Blue Ranger inside it. How do they all fit? It's starting to artificially seed the cloud, causing a huge, massive rainfall. Now it's scattering enough rain to weaken the monster, said Abre Killer. The cold should do its trick. Any time now, said Billy. Rainfall finally poured, weakening the monster. Again, I assume Buchanan Xenomorph is not weak to water. Here Rangers seen killing off the larvae with cold gas, killed by Andros. The Queen was weakened, allowing the Change Robo to use the Super Thunderbolt attack. Now, let's finish him, said Change Dragon as Change Robo drew its sword, which is called the Dengeki sword, for anyone who isn't lazy enough not to know what it's called. Destroy the monster, its finishing attack, which you named in the previous chapter, but not here. How does your effort meter work? Finally, the Change Robo stood victorious in combat. At the God report, Bazoo was angry. So, not even an alliance of the United Alliance of Evil could help her, said Bazoo, fired his ray of damnation at his followers one by one. They all failed him. Forgive us, sires and followers. Just you wait, Bazoo. I'll get rid of you, said Gilu. I am a Hermes. I am queen of my own planet. I should take over, said a Hermes. Canonically, none of this goes anywhere since Ook becomes Bazoo's biggest suck-up and a Hermes' rebellion and ends as swiftly as it began. So that's worth a bell. After the grueling day of killing the lava, it did not seem grueling at all. It finally rained so hard, causing the lava to all wither in the cold. Rain does not equal cold. Red Galaxy Ranger and Blue Galaxy Ranger in carrying pails of lava as they were picking up. This is probably the most disgusting mission ever, said Broken Pink, crushing them all. These a couple of civilians saved, said Gal White. Broken Black and Z Ranger 3 had also seen destroying some of the semi-grown xenomorphs with their weapons until none was left. I guess that's that, said Broken Black, who squished another semi-grown xenomorph. And if there are any remaining, the change man will be ready for them, said Z Ranger 3. I bet they will be, said Red Galaxy Ranger. Probably because of how poor or an effort this plan actually was. Abre Killer, Blue Ranger and Abre Yellow were now seen helping other civilians with treatment to ensure no more traces of the monster's host can be found. Thanks, said the civilian after Abre Killer administered the medicine. No problem, said Abre Killer as he reverted back to being Mikoto. Abre Yellow and Blue Ranger reverted back to their human forms too. I guess we're done with our work here, said Billy. And yes indeed, said Vanu, but first we got to clean this oh so awful mess of critters lying around. But first, medical gloves are needed, said Billy, and all the proper equipment. The Changeman era was saved. Red Space Ranger looked with much confidence, the sun finally shone on again. We've done our part, said Red Space Ranger. The battle has just begun for many. May not be ready, said Broken Pink. By the way, is this united to the grinds of evil before not that great? You're talking about the current one on then yes, they are not that great. Not that great. This guys will literally tear more people to pieces, I see it, said Andros. Based on what? On the other hand, I hope I fight this battle, I'll have Ashley by my side. Wow, way to turn one of the most confident and badass Red Ranger into a total simp. Your girlfriend? asked Broken Pink. Yep, said Red Space Ranger. She's also a Power Ranger like myself. I badly miss her already. An hour later, the Changemen and the heroes in the future ready to bid her farewell. I thank you for your cooperation to keep time in order, said Commander Vicky. War of Guardsmen for us isn't over. The con was unnecessary. You still have your respected evil organization to deal with. We will protect our future, said Anjos. We have to go now, but do your best, said Hiryu. Sho is seen trying to hit on Sakura once more, but to no success. Hey, pretty girl, want to go out with me? asked Sho, attempting to woo Sakura to his side. Did he really not bother to learn her name? No wonder he's failing. He gets knocked down afterwards as soon as Sakura fought him. That's actually abuse. As said, you're not my type, so just forget it, said Sakura, throwing her punch. Sorry, I have to go. Oh, that's too bad, but hot Sakura girl had to leave soon as well, said Sho, pouting himself while he was admiring her beauty. Changed and went to position, saluting the search guard time as it went into the dimension between time and space, sending it to the future where it belonged. These young people, they'll protect their future, said Commander Ibuki. Back at the new skybase in the center year 2011, the heroes returned. I do find today's mission me just creepy, said Rocky, referring to the cleaning job. Wasn't that creepy? I haven't faced anything like this before, said Anjos. So we're just forgetting about Dark Honda's debut, which was also pretty much alien light. Be honest, it's just scary, said Sakura, just showing off funny expressions about the xenomorphs. What? How does she show them off? Does she have photos? Did she photographically memorize and recreate them? But I did get a lot of fun studying them. Yes, nothing says fun like studying the biology of an alien creature that's designed to kill everything. But it's been more fun since the first time I fought against the force of evil, said Billy. Again, how the hell do you get your jollies if this is fun? I'm tempted to put that scene of Ratchet angrily beating up Starscream from the penultimate issue of the original Transformers comics to emphasize my point here. Now, let's go back to the laboratory together, Billy. We still have lots of work to finish, said Ranu. Oh sure, I forgot about work today, said Billy with a blush. Lovey-dovey, aren't they? I've never seen Billy like this before, said Rocky. You really didn't see him with any of his many girlfriends? Ben Colin to where Sakura was. He was at the lobby listening to music. Oh, Sakura, sorry about this morning, said Gold. That's okay, Cole. I mean, after all, you're so tired from training. I have to wish you'd be more careful, though, said Sakura. Yeah, said Cole. Oh, I'd be training myself. See you, pretty girl. What the hell does that statement even mean? Same to you, said Sakura. Well, he's not that bad. Maybe it's high time to forget about Satu. Oh, no, I mean too rush, said Sakura. One, that's the wrong form of two. It's two O's, and also, again, that's not what rush means. Meanwhile, Leo Corbett and Kai Chen were now seen still amazed with the new space station being similar to Terra Venture, yet quite different as well. If it's similar or different, make up your mind. Well, I guess we got memories of Terra Venture here, said Leo. We got memories of Takina to deal with too, said Kai-chan. Now she's joining a crowd of super villains who are far worse. I don't know, none of those villains used their mucks as suicide in a suicide attack to destroy a whole group of people who've done nothing to her. If anything, they're dealing with a Power Ranger villain who's far worse. We'll beat her as many times we have to, Cat. I had to get him the wrong form of 2, said Leo. I guess our friends are here too, said Kai-chan. As then Command Aya came with Professor Makino together with Bulk. Zordon was also there to meet them. Alpha 5 was also there. Bulk, asked Leo, you're here too? Zordon then talked to them. Wait, weren't you supposed to be dead? Asked Leo. There's no way Leo should know who Zordon even is. Supposedly, but I am back, said Zordon. And so has Alpha 5 been part of us. I never thought I'd meet the 5th Alpha robot in person, said Kai-chan. Yeah, I'm here too, said Bulk. Oh, dude, I check out this dude Moyo Makino. He's way more awesome and phenomenal at every rate. Can't believe I got chased by huge jungle beasts and find real aliens in there. Here, what? If only you were a Terra Venture, you could have given the whole place a makeover like you'll never see it. Oh, Terra Venture has been destroyed, so I doubt he'd be able to do anything. And sad is other fun stuff, said Skull, who is just there for no real reason. Oh, my Spike hasn't done anything stupid yet. Oh, don't worry. Oh, I'm sorry, Skull. Oh, you're not going to like the next chapter then. Why am I afraid that he will? I'm really trying to make sure he does not repeat my same mistake. I've been talking too much about Carol, my ears hurt so much. Welcome, said Mario Magno. You'll find this place amazing. Oh, both Skull, you have to get our next adventure plan. I wish you two can help clean the Boken's equipment. Sure thing, boss, said Bo. We're kind of tired, said Leo. Let us rest first. I'd like you two to fill up necessary papers, said Dr. Aya. Step this way, please. Sure, said Kai-chan. As Leo and Kai-chan arrive, what new events await them? Very few from what I've read of the next few chapters. Stay tuned. So anyway, my opinion is this is a step down from the Bioman chapter in a huge way. And if you really want to see a lighter and softer alien knockoff battling the Power Rangers, I suggest you watch the debut of Darkonda from In Space, or that one episode of Lost Galaxy that was directed by Steve Wang. Yes, Kamen Rider Dragonite Steve Wang. And he did an alien knockoff for Lost Galaxy. So anyway, I'll see you next time, either for the Chapter 2 remaster or for Chapter 22, Sudden Flash, which is one of the worst chapter titles so far. I'm sorry.